Cats and autistic children, the mechanisms of non-verbal connection. In recent years, the relationship between animals and children with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, has attracted significant attention from researchers, therapists, and families alike. Among the various animals studied for their therapeutic potential, cats have emerged as particularly compelling companions for autistic children. Unlike dogs, which are often energetic and demanding of interaction, cats operate on a quieter, more independent frequency, one that appears to resonate deeply with many children on the spectrum. This essay explores the nonverbal mechanisms through which cats connect with autistic children, examining the psychological, sensory, and social dimensions of this unique bond. Understanding autism and the challenge of communication. Autism spectrum disorder is characterized by a wide range of challenges, including difficulties with verbal communication, social interaction, and sensory processing. Many autistic children find conventional social cues, eye contact, tone of voice, facial expressions, overwhelming or confusing. The neurotypical world, with its constant expectations for verbal and social performance, can feel deeply exhausting and alienating for these children. It is within this context that the presence of a cat becomes not merely pleasant, but profoundly meaningful. Cats do not talk. They do not demand eye contact. They do not require polite conversation or social niceties. In a world that often overwhelms autistic children with its verbal expectations, the cat offers something rare, a relationship built entirely on presence, touch, rhythm, and instinct. The language of the body. One of the most significant mechanisms through which cats connect with autistic children is body language. Cats communicate primarily through posture, tail movement, ear position, and slow blinking, a rich vocabulary that exists entirely outside the realm of spoken language. Interestingly, many autistic children who struggle to decode human facial expressions demonstrate a remarkable ability to read and respond to feline body language. Research suggests that this may be because cat communication is more consistent and less ambiguous than human expression. A cat that flattens its ears is clearly displeased. A cat that slow blinks is expressing trust. These signals are direct, repetitive, and reliably meaningful, qualities that align well with how many autistic brains process information. The predictability of cat behavior can create a sense of safety and understanding that is difficult to replicate in human relationships. Sensory regulation and physical touch. Sensory processing differences are a core feature of autism. Many autistic children experience sensory hypersensitivity or hyposensitivity, and touch, often a fraught domain, plays a crucial role in their daily experience. The soft, warm texture of a cat's fur, combined with the rhythmic vibration of purring, offers a form of deep pressure stimulation that many autistic children find calming and regulating. Studies on the neurological effects of animal-assisted therapy have found that interacting with cats can reduce cortisol levels and increase oxytocin production in children with ASD. The act of stroking a cat has been shown to lower heart rate and reduce anxiety, functioning as a form of natural sensory regulation. For children who struggle with occupational therapy exercises or formal intervention programs, this organic form of regulation through animal contact may be both more accessible and more effective. The purring frequency of cats, typically between 25 and 150 Hz, falls within a range that has been associated with physical and psychological healing. While scientific consensus on the full therapeutic scope of cat purring is still developing, anecdotal evidence from families of autistic children consistently highlights the calming power of this sound. Many children use time with their cats as a self-regulation strategy, retreating to the animal's presence during moments of sensory overload or emotional distress. Social learning through safe relationships. One of the most promising dimensions of the cat-child connection is its role in facilitating social learning. For many autistic children, human relationships carry high stakes. Misread signals can lead to rejection, conflict, or shame. The relationship with a cat, by contrast, is lower in social pressure and higher in tolerance for atypical interaction. A child who rocks, makes unusual sounds, or avoids eye contact will not be judged by a cat. The animal's acceptance is unconditional within the bounds of its own comfort. This creates a psychologically safe laboratory for practicing social behaviors, learning to approach gently, to read another being's signals, to modulate one's own behavior in response to another's cues. Skills developed in the context of human-animal interaction have been shown to transfer, at least partially, to human social contexts. Furthermore, caring for a cat, feeding it, grooming it, monitoring its health, introduces autistic children to routines of responsibility and empathy. These experiences build a foundation for understanding that other beings have needs, preferences, and emotional states that differ from one's own, a concept that is often challenging for children with ASD. The role of routine and predictability. Cats are creatures of habit. They eat at regular times, sleep in predictable patterns, and tend to seek out their preferred humans with consistent frequency. For autistic children who rely on routine and structure to navigate daily life, a cat's rhythmic presence can serve as a grounding anchor. The cat becomes part of the household's predictable order, a warm, breathing constant in a world that often feels chaotic and uncontrollable. This shared rhythm between child and cat can also be a source of joy and connection that requires no verbal explanation. Many parents of autistic children describe watching their child and cat move through the day in a kind of synchronized companionship. The child reading, the cat curled nearby, the child anxious, the cat appearing as if summoned to offer comfort. Conclusion. The bond between cats and autistic children is not incidental. It is built on a foundation of shared, nonverbal language, sensory compatibility, predictable behavior, and unconditional presence. In a world that often asks autistic children to stretch beyond their neurological comfort zones, the cat meets them exactly where they are. It does not require translation. It does not demand performance. It simply exists, warm and rhythmic in the same space, and for many children, that is more than enough. As research into animal-assisted therapy continues to grow, the unique role of cats in supporting autistic children deserves greater recognition and investigation. The mechanisms of this nonverbal connection may hold valuable lessons not only for therapeutic practice, but for our broader understanding of communication, empathy, and the many forms that meaningful relationship can take.